The next button is going to be your Import, Export, Restore. This is where you can export any of your data that you have in School Check-in. You can also import your data into School Check-in. For the imports, you will need an Excel file or a CSV file. There are specific fields that you need to have in your file. For the students, you need to have the student's first and last name, the student ID number, and the class name. For faculty and staff, you need to have the faculty and staff first name, last name, employee ID number, and job classification. For parents and guardians, you need to have the parents and guardians first name, last name, student ID number, so that they can be linked to a student at the school, and the relationship to the student. For volunteers, it needs to have first name, last name, and volunteer type. For your vendors, it needs to have a first name, a last name, a company name, a password, and an expiration date. Once you have compiled this file with the required fields, go ahead and select one of these that you wish to import. I will go ahead and do students for you. For students, you can import just the grade, class, or homeroom, just the students, or the students and the grade, class, or homeroom. I'm going to go ahead and import the students and grade, class, or homeroom. First, you will need to select your file. After you've selected your file, you will need to match the fields on the left with the fields on the right. The fields on the right-hand side are the ones found in School Check-in. The fields on the left-hand side are the ones found in your file. Make sure that they correspond. You will want to move them using this up and down arrow. Next, you will want to make sure that whatever you're importing or wanting to import has an arrow pointing to the field. For example, this one should be importing, so we're going to click that to get an arrow. We do not want to import the school ID, so we're going to click it to get a line. And we're just going to go ahead and double check that everything looks okay. Once you've verified that you have matched up the fields, make sure that you have this checked off, add new records. If your file has the field name for the first row, make sure that you do not import the first record, or else it will import those field names. Once you have done that, go ahead and click on Import. You will want to click on Import again. This will tell you how many records were imported and how many errors occurred. As you can see, we have a total of 30 that were imported with 0 errors. You can go ahead and click on OK. This page will show you what exactly was imported, all of the new students and their information. If it looks okay, go ahead and click on Correct, Continue. If you already have students in your system, It will ask you if you wish to delete any of these. These were the ones that were not imported with the current import. I will keep all of these students, so I will not check any of these, and I will just click on Done. The students have now been imported. For faculty and staff, it's going to be the same thing. You will select faculty and staff. You will need to select the faculty and staff file and click on Open. You will then need to match up the fields on the left with the fields on the right. And make sure your arrows are pointed to the corresponding field. And we don't want the last two imported, so I'm going to delete them. And of course, double check everything is correct. Then we want to select Do Not Import First Record, as my first record contains the field names. I will then select Import. I will then select Import again. And as you can see, we have a total of 3 records that are being imported with 0 errors. We're going to click on OK. You can see what was imported here. If everything looks okay, go ahead and click on Continue. One of my imports was actually a duplicate, so that one did not import. And then it will give us a list of the current faculty and staff that are in the system. If you wish to delete any of these, go ahead and check the ones you wish to delete and click on Delete. If not, you can go ahead and click on Done. For parents and guardians, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to click on Parents and Guardians. You can import the parents and guardians. You can also import parents and guardians with unique IDs. We're just going to import parents and guardians today. And just a note, you must have your students imported before your parents and guardians, as it does match them up by the student ID number. After you've selected your file, go ahead and match up the field names here. And select Do Not Import First Record, as it contains the field name. Then you'll want to click on Import and Import again. As you can see, we have a total of 47 records being imported. If it looks okay, go ahead and click on Correct, Continue. Next, you will want to import your volunteers. Go ahead and click on Volunteers. Select your file for volunteers. Make sure you match up the field names on the left and the right hand side. After you've done that and verified it all looks okay, go ahead and select Do Not Import First Record if it contains the field name. My file does contain the field name in the first record, so I'm not going to import that. Go ahead and click on Import and Import again. I have a total of 6 records being added with 0 errors. You will now be able to see what exactly is being imported. If it looks okay, go ahead and click on Correct, Continue. If you wish to delete any of your current volunteers, go ahead and select the ones you wish to delete and click on Delete. If not, just click on Done. If you are importing any new records that may seem to be a duplicate of one you already have, it will ask you to manage duplicate volunteers. You can either use the existing adult record or use the new one, or even add them as a new volunteer. I'm just going to update existing record for all of these. Back under the Imports, Exports, Restore tab here, if you wish to export anything, you will just want to choose what you want to export here. Perhaps you would want to export your parents and guardians. You would just select parents and guardians. You will need to select if you want to export it as an Excel or a CSV file, comma separated file. I will choose Excel. The export will go to your exports folder in the school check-in folder. And that concludes this video. To access additional videos, please visit us at schoolcheckin.com.